What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Sharpe, back again. So today I want to get straight into it. We are talking about BeatBlock, what it is, and how you can cure it instantly. I know exactly how to cure BeatBlock. Call me the producer doctor. I don't know. So let's ask ourselves, why do we get BeatBlock? Where does BeatBlock come from? Why is it when I sit down one day I can make 10 beats that are fire, the next day I can't think of a simple melody that I like and I keep struggling to come up with something? I think there's three main reasons why producers get BeatBlock, and I'm just gonna go down the list and explain each one. The first reason on why you're getting BeatBlock is because your beats sound too similar. You're making the same beats over and over and over again. So subconsciously, you're just bored. You're not really excited. There's not that much inspiration there when you want to make the beat. So I think that's really the first thing that comes to mind when I think, okay, why do I get BeatBlock? Usually it's because I'm making the same beat, not literally the same beat, but I'm using my favorite sounds over and over again. So I'm just not as excited. I'm not, it's just like not new anymore. It's not fresh. Yeah, so I definitely think that's the first reason on why we get BeatBlock as producers, just because we keep making beats that sound too similar to the last beat we made, right? So we always got to keep it fresh and make something new. The second reason why I think we get BeatBlock as producers is because subconsciously your brain is telling you it's time to level up. What do I mean by that? I mean, deep down inside, you should probably keep studying your craft. You need to stay on tutorials. You need to learn new techniques, and we just don't. So when we don't, of course you're gonna make similar beats over and over if you don't know how to level the beats up. And I think when we're getting BeatBlock as producers, it's really just our subconscious telling us, man, it's time for you to level up. You've pretty much mastered everything at the current level you're on, meaning you need to learn something new, how to maybe sample, how to mix better, how to do some sound design. Because I know some of you guys, you just pick a sound in Omnisphere, you don't tweak it at all. And I'm not coming after y'all, I'm just saying this is the cure to BeatBlock. Maybe it's time to level up, stop using the same sounds, or if you do use the same sound, learn how to use it differently. Maybe add glide notes to it, maybe add different effects to it. So yeah, I just think the second reason is that the second reason why we get BeatBlock is because it is time to level up. And if anything, you should be excited. You're gonna learn something new. You should watch some more tutorials. Maybe not mine, I don't get too advanced. I'm like in between. I would consider myself a professional at making beats, but I'm not a professional teacher. I'm not teaching like crazy techniques. So yeah, I would just look for someone that really has some cool techniques on how to switch things up. And yeah, I think that's the second reason why we get BeatBlock as producers. The last reason why I think we get BeatBlock is because we keep using the same sounds over and over, the same scales, the same VSTs, the same drum kits. And I think it's important to try to switch that up. If you're making beats in 140 BPM every single time just because you like it, you're eventually gonna get bored. You gotta switch it up and do something different every time you make a beat. Again, with synthesizers and VSTs, maybe it's time to buy a new plugin, or like I said previously, maybe it's time to dive a little bit deeper into how to use it, how to manipulate the VST a little bit better, so you can come up with some more creative sounds that you haven't necessarily heard before. And then for drum kits, again, and this is gonna go over my next chapter of this video of how to cure BeatBlock, how to fix it, but maybe it's time to make a different type of beat, if that makes sense. And again, the third reason why I think we get BeatBlock is because we're using the same sounds over and over again. It gets boring, it gets repetitive. You're not inspired when you sit down at your laptop to make beats because you're like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen. I think music should be the opposite. For certain beats, yes, you should have an idea of what you're gonna make, but when you're having BeatBlock, I think part of that reason is that you have a preconceived notion of what beat you're gonna make, how it should sound. And so in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, when you can't find a good melody, you kind of get discouraged and you're like, this isn't how, it's not turning out how I thought it would. I'm just gonna scratch the beat, watch some TV. No, stop doing that. Now, let's get into how to fix BeatBlock. Let go. All right, so this goes back to my earlier points. The first way to cure BeatBlock, and I think stay till the end because I think the last reason is definitely the most important. You got to use new sounds, okay? And I'll go a little bit more in depth on the third reason how we can fix BeatBlock, but definitely switch up your sounds. Don't use the same exact clap every time. Don't use your favorite 808 every time, which I'm guilty of, but I also don't get BeatBlock because I do some things behind the camera that I'm gonna explain in a second that will make sense. but I'm guilty of it. I use the same 808 sometimes, but definitely try using an 808 or some different sub bass that you haven't used before. Or yeah, just like if you're not used to using kicks, maybe try adding kicks to your beats. If you always add kicks to your beats, maybe don't use kicks on the next beat. Maybe try to switch it up, do something different. The second reason, is it me or is it dark in here? It's dark? Am I tweaking? No, now I look like Michael Jackson. That should be fine. No, I don't know what's going on, but that's fine. For those of you that use the same scale, like if you're always, look, I'm gonna show you an example. If you're in Fruity Loops or FL Studio and you're always making beats in the same scale, like C major, or you're just only using white notes, you can only do so much. Like, yes, there's an unlimited combination of progressions and how you can make a beat, but it's gonna get pretty boring pretty quick doing that. My camera light is dying. That's what's going on. That's why it's getting darker. Okay, I see. So my tip to you is make a beat in a new scale that you haven't used before. I did this in my last video where basically you can go into view in the piano roll. You can go to scale highlighting and you can just pick like F minor. I already have it on F minor, but like, oh, also if you right click, it's not gonna close the menu out. I found that out like recently, but you can do E major or minor harmonic. Like, try different scales and you can see the notes are kind of highlighting what scale you're in. So definitely do stuff like that. I feel like I gotta get close to the camera now, or bring it closer because my camera dying. I gotta get close to y'all now. We're getting personal. So the third and final tip I have for you guys on how to cure beat block, I'm trying to like see if it's like, I got this LED light on top of my camera. It like, when it's out of battery or out of charge, it like slowly dims down instead of just shutting off. I don't know why, I guess it works, but anyway, sorry. So the most important thing on how I think you can fix beat block is, and again, all these tips are important. I think you should utilize everything I just said if you find yourself struggling making beats and whatnot, because we all do. Like, it can get tough sometimes, but I do think if you practice these things, it'll get better. But the third thing, make a beat in a new genre, dog. This is gonna sound scary to a lot of you guys. Like, for me, I don't necessarily make EDM music, or like, you guys know me. I'm basically making trap beats, R&B beats, maybe a little bit of hip hop or the pop music. Let me move this microphone. Yeah, and now I'm out of focus, that makes sense. So for producers that only make trap beats, like maybe switch it up and try to do a new genre. And it might suck, but at least you're still creating. And then eventually your creativity is gonna recharge to the point where next time you do make the genre that you normally make, it's gonna sound good because you're learning different techniques from making different genres. So like for me personally, when I have beat block, I like to either make pop music or like boom bap, or sometimes I'll try to make an EDM beat. EDM is confusing and hurts my brain, but it's fun. Like, don't think every beat has to be a platinum record that you're gonna send out. That's not the case, that's not realistic. So I would just stop thinking like that, because that's kind of a toxic way to think. Music should be more about fun and being spontaneous and in the moment. So don't take yourself too serious, or don't beat yourself up. Again, damn, we're going back down. Light, come back. Please come home.
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
I got beans and bologna. Oh no. Beans and bologna. I'm running out of light very quickly. Actually, I could fix this. Hold up. Huey. That's a little bit better. Cool. Yeah, try to make a new genre. You're not going to be the best at it because, of course, you don't do it every day. But this goes back into my previous point of trying new sound packs. Like if you see in my FL Studio right now, I have a reggae sound kit. Like, I've made reggae before, or at least I've tried. But it was fun, and personally, I liked how it turned out. I got a reggae drum kit. I have alternative pop drums. I have a boom bap kit just for making boom bap beats. So step out of your normal playing field and hop into a new stadium. And what I mean by that is try new things. I think that's the biggest cure to beat block, is just trying new things. And again, not every beat needs to be a hit, but when you make new beats in different genres, keys, scales, and you're using different beat packs, drum kits, VSTs, it's not gonna be boring. You're not gonna be like, oh, this beat that I made is trash, I'm just gonna, give up and not make a beat for today. Like, I think it should be the opposite. I think, okay, if you're not in the right headspace to like make a beat you would normally make, then it's time to make something new. Like, spice up the brain. Like, you're making the same thing over and over and over again. Like, you gotta switch it up. So yeah, that's really the tip for today. I just want to talk about how to cure beat block. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe down below. like the video. I'm gonna try to get to 1 million subscribers. I feel like I have some unfinished business with YouTube and I still got a journey ahead of me. So this camera really dying, dog. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully you guys learned something new from this video. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of inspiration to go out and try something new. Hopefully you guys just try something new mainly. That's really what the point of this video was, is that you're doing the same thing over and over again. And I think it's time to switch it up. I think it's time to level up and watch some tutorials, learn how to make better samples. Bro, I saw this guy on YouTube the other day. I think his name is VGN. He makes drum kits, I believe, too. Bro, I was watching his video. I'm like, yo, I could definitely learn from this dude. Like the way he cooks up his samples, his melodies, that right there inspired me. And I was able to make a dope beat after that. So sometimes all it takes is just watching someone make a dope beat, and that'll give you inspiration on the beat you want to make. But again, it's like 50-50. 50% of the time when you make a beat, you should know how you want it to sound. Like you should hum it in your head, do this and that. But then the other 50% of the time, like I think you should try something new. I think you should kind of learn as you go. So for me, like I've heard boom bap before, but I've made it at this point in my life. But like in the past, like there was a point where I'd never made boom bap beats before. And I just tried it. You know, I downloaded a boom bap kit. I got some piano melody and it ended up being fire. Like I think someone could have actually got on it and rapped on it. And if I never had BeatBlock, I would have never made that beat. So yeah, I mean, music is a beautiful thing, man. You just gotta keep pushing, man. Don't think too hard about it. If you're thinking too hard, bro, you're not doing it right. I think genuinely, it should always be fun to make music. It should never feel like work. It should never be, I'm not gonna say it should never be frustrating, but like, it should always be fun though. Like music is a passion. I mean, unless you're like working for a big label and they're forcing you to cook up 25, 30 beats a day, yeah, life's gonna feel like it sucks because it's not gonna be as fun. Like you're not gonna hear music the same after that. So yeah, that's all I got today. Maybe I'll end this video with, we'll see. I guess I'll just make that a whole different video. I wanted to make a boom bap beat in this video, but maybe I'll make that my next video and we can go from there. But we already here. It's been real, y'all. It's been real. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, drop a like, or no, if you're new, drop a subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on. If you learned something new and I maybe inspired you to go make a nice beat, drop a like. I appreciate y'all. That's it for today. Oh, my microphone's over here. Hold up. Let me get real. That's gonna wrap it up for today, y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe once again. I know I say it 10,000 times, but we saying it 10,001 times. I love y'all. And also like the video if you want me to do a rap on my beat challenge soon. I know you see them. It's been a minute. I'm excited. I want to do one. But that's pretty much it. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.